What's going on? Today we're going to talk about how to create 30 Hormozi style reels in 2 hours of your time. This was a longer training that I did, and I wanted to cut out some of the fluff and just get to the point and go over the strategy itself. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kevin and I help you make videos that don't suck and actually make you money. So feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit like, because it helps more than you know, and that way you get notified when I post new videos. So before we really get into this, I want to be clear on what this is and what it's not. I want to start by saying what this isn't. This is not an editing tutorial. If you want to learn how I edit Hormozi style reels and things like that, I have other videos for that, so feel free to send me a DM if that's what you want and I'll send it over to you, but that's not what today's video is about. This is also something that you can't do yourself. Yes, you can edit videos, but you can't create videos at scale like what we're going to talk about here. What this is a high-level overview of a strategy that guys like Alex Hormozi, Cardone, Ryan Pineda, Pace Morby, all of these really big names are using to create content at scale. Who this is for? This is for you if you're already creating content, but you want to learn how to create it more efficiently and do it at scale. This is also for you if you're spending the majority of your time working with your clients or working on back-end things in your business and don't have time to create content. This is also for you if you're willing and able to delegate certain tasks so that they can be done more efficiently and in a cost-effective manner. Who this is not for? This is not for you if you like to do everything yourself. This is also not for you if you don't see the value in social media and aren't willing to change your mind. And lastly, I hate to exclude people who don't have any clients, but if you don't, then 90% of your time should be spent on marketing and sales so that you can get clients. This can, however, work for you if you don't have any clients, but you need to be willing and able to use resources to leverage other people's skills. And if you're in that boat, that's totally fine. I was there not too long ago. And while it may be too soon to pursue this strategy right now, it could be a very valuable strategy for you later. All right, so now we got all that icky stuff out of the way, let's get into it. Why is short form so freaking crazy right now? The very interesting thing is that you knew exactly what I was talking about when I said Hormozi style reels. Alex Hormozi has kind of taken over the entrepreneurial and business and sales space over the past year or two, and there's no secret that his content is better than almost anybody's. There's tons of other people in that space who have caught on to this strategy and are using the same agency that Alex Hormozi uses to produce their content at scale. Reels have insane visibility right now. At the time of making this video, I have like 364 followers on Instagram or something like that, and all of my reels average 5, 10, 15,000 views. Well, yes, that can be a vanity metric, but the key here is to be able to turn those views into conversations and then into clients. And also, for the first time ever, all of the platforms are rewarding the same type of content, which is the vertical format with captions, sound effects, and graphics and emojis and all of that. So you can literally take that reel that you made for Instagram and also post it to TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Facebook Reels as well. But what I think is super cool about Reels is that it's really short, digestible value. If you've ever seen some of my Reels, one of the stats I like to throw out there is that 85% of people watch short form content without sound. And a lot of those people watch them on the toilet. I literally made a video about this on Instagram and the majority of the comments were saying, I'm on the toilet right now. That's a real thing, so get used to it. But the idea of being able to spend 20, 30 seconds with somebody and actually learn something is really freaking cool. And people overcomplicate Reels so much because they're used to long form content like this on YouTube where you're trying to break down all these different topics and stuff. Whereas Reels, you just want to give them a little nugget of value. You don't need to go and teach them some mind-blowing topic. If you can just trigger a light bulb in their mind, that's a win-win. One thing Alex Hormozi talks about too is not necessarily learning new skills. It's just being reminded of certain things that we aren't currently implementing. And that's what Reels can do. So if you're constantly showing up in front of somebody consistently and giving them these little reminders of things they should be doing in their life or business, and that builds trust, which is the most important part of that know, like, and trust trifecta that people always talk about. So regarding the actual strategy, Alex Hormozi is doing two main things. He's doing batch content and he's doing content repurposing. If you go look at his feed on Instagram or on TikTok, you're more than likely going to see a bunch of videos with him in that same blue plaid shirt with the same background. That's because him and his video guy planned out 3 months of content and then they shot it over the course of 2 or 3 days. Some people might want to change shirts or flip their hat backwards or whatever, and you can do that to add a little bit of variety if you want to, or if you like that consistent look. I kind of like the black shirt and blue hat, so I'm going to stick with it for now. The other thing you'll notice is a ton of repurposed content from his speaking events, podcasts, and YouTube videos. That's where they take 20 to 60 second gold nuggets and they add the captions and the sound effects and the emojis and all that fun stuff. So what I'm gonna break down for you today is mainly the batch content side. And this is exactly what Alex Hormozi is doing. This is exactly what I do with my clients. And this is how you can do it too. It really breaks down into 3 steps. You gotta plan the videos, you gotta shoot the videos, and you gotta edit the videos. So when it comes to planning, this is gonna sound really cliche. What you need to do is you need to know your ideal client, you need to know exactly who you're talking to and what problems they have and how you can solve them. I use a pretty extensive spreadsheet with all my clients where we nail down their content pillars. We brained up a ton of ideas on frequently asked questions they get from clients, truths that you can debunk, sales objections. These are all great video ideas, and it gets them all in one place. There's also an inspiration screen where you can document everybody who's in a similar niche as you or people whose content that you like and want to create content similar to theirs. We plan the actual videos in this document, and we also do a ton of hashtag research. Yeah, I know there's a bunch of debate on whether hashtags work or not or whatever. I know that when I post reels, if I use hashtags, I get way more views than if I don't use hashtags. So I use hashtags. And if you want that planning document, which is the exact same one that I use with my clients, there'll be a link in the description or a button below this video where you can grab it for yourself. The next step is shooting the videos. We're essentially doing what I'm doing right now. You set up the video, you have your laptop, you can have it right here if you want to, or you can have your phone right here with the spreadsheet, and then you can just go down the videos one by one. I personally press record once per video. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna say the hook a couple different times. I'm gonna say that each sentence a couple different times. I basically do it one sentence at a time because I'm gonna jump cut them all together anyway. So that way you don't have to focus on trying to get it all done in one take. But so for example, if I did one that was, 3 tips to XYZ, I would say my hook 3 different times. So like, here's 3 tips to do XYZ. Here's 3 tips to do XYZ. Like change your head angle, change your inflection, your tonality, and see which one that you like best in editing. And then go through each one of the tips, say them a couple different times, do it one sentence at a time. So when you get to editing, you have options. And what I found after working with my clients is that we can do around 30 of these reels in about 2 to 3 hours of their time. Hence the name of this video. And I mentioned earlier, you can always, change your shirt, flip your hat forward, backwards, change the glasses, do whatever you want if you want to add variety, but that's personal preference. You do whatever you want. Now the third step, which what everybody's been waiting for, is editing. Now, I wish that I could tell you there's some secret app where you can just upload the video and it does it all for you, but unfortunately, that's not the case. It takes a lot of time and effort to edit the videos in that style, and people who do that and put forth the extra effort get rewarded for it. Not necessarily in some sort of algorithm hack or anything like that, but it shows that they give a shit about their content and they're consistent, and that reflects in them as a person and in their business. That they care about you, the viewer, and how you consume their content. But the thing that Alex Hormozi does that a lot of other people don't do is that he ships those files off to an editor and has them edited for him. This is a win-win because the audience gets the high quality content that is super engaging, and for Alex, the business owner, because he's able to create this incredible content with very little effort or time on his part. Now, I know what you're asking is, how do I find these video editors? Of course, this is a service that I offer, but I want to give you some other options. The first one is you can learn how to do it yourself. You can totally edit videos. I'm a self-taught video editor. I don't have a degree or anything like that. I learned how to edit everything that I do from trial and error and the University of YouTube. So you absolutely can go and learn how to edit these videos yourself. But to give you a little bit of context, it takes us anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour to edit one of these reels. Because like I said earlier, it takes time and effort, but you get rewarded in the long run. The second option is to hire somebody on Fiverr or Upwork. And full transparency, I hired my best editor on Upwork. He already had a foundation of video editing, but I created my own processes and SOPs and taught him how to edit videos like I do. His videos were already good before he started working for me, but now they're even better and they're in the same style that I create. But if you've ever hired anybody on Fiverr or Upwork, like with anything, it's kind of hit or miss. You can get somebody who's awesome or you can get somebody who's not so much. Oftentimes, if you're going for the most affordable option, there are some language barriers to overcome. This can make it difficult to communicate the vision of what exactly that you want it to look like. It can also make the revision process difficult, and sometimes the captions just get lost in translation and they don't actually say what you said. The third option is to hire a professional who already has these systems and processes in place. It's also important to hire somebody who understands important video metrics like watch time and call to actions and how to grab attention with a really good hook. It also doesn't hurt to have somebody with some videography knowledge that can help you with the lighting and the audio and make it look as good and professional as possible. But at the end of the day, there's a ton of options to get this done, and I hope you found this video helpful to make you aware of the different ways that you can get this done. Don't forget to grab the planning document at the link in the description. And by the way, if you're open to the idea of having this done for you, then go to kevindubose.com/15, as in 15-minute meeting, where you just kind of have a chat and see how it would apply to you and your business. and then we can go from there. The link for that will be in the description as well. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the sub button if you liked it, hit like and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.